Good morning and welcome to the channel. Today is not the greatest weather and my wife is not well. Yeah, I think it's the new form of COVID, if you ask me. The symptoms: backaches, bones ache, headaches, sore throat like on fire. Yeah, sounds to me like the new COVID, which is thankfully nowadays a bit similar to a flu. It was quite different a few years ago, wasn't it? No one will forget that. Anyway, so first of all, while I'm smoking, this is my Peterson Irish Harp. Yeah, 999 I think it is. Beautiful bulldog. Very nice pipe indeed. It's one of my first pipes actually, and I love it. And what I'm smoking in it is the Rattray's Old Gowrie. Oh, this is a lovely tobacco. It's a Kentucky, Perique and Virginia. Oh, it's lovely, lovely. I stocked up quite a lot on this. I really enjoy it. So, today I'm going to talk about a subject that is a very interesting subject, and not many people talk about it. There is a huge difference, fundamental difference, the way I titled the video, between a cigarette smoker who picked up a pipe to reduce or quit cigarette smoking, and in that matter, in a certain extent, a vapor like myself who vapes the whole day and smokes a pipe for the mere pleasure of pipe smoking, to someone who picked up a pipe without no background of smoking whatsoever. He never smoked, and one day he picked up a pipe based on recommendations, or his dad smoked, or his granddad smoked, or his brother smoked, or whatever reason. Or he liked the whole idea, or he smelled the room note of someone smoking a pipe, says, oh, that smells nice, I'll give it a go. And he enjoys his pipe smoking. But there's a massive difference between the two groups. And that's what we're going to touch today. I received quite a few emails from mainly vapers and cigarette smokers who asked me all sorts of questions. When should I smoke my pipe? How often should I smoke my pipe? Should I inhale? Shouldn't I inhale? You know, there's so many questions they ask. And I said, I need to address this subject in a full featured video. Hopefully it won't take too long. Well, if you are a cigarette smoker or vapor who wants to try pipe smoking, and there is a difference between a vapor and a cigarette smoker, of course, this video might be useful for you. So, I made a list, and we're going to go through them and elaborate each category of advantages, disadvantages, what is the right way of looking at it, how to approach it, how to be successful in whatever you're trying to do, and enjoy it in the process. So, take a small sip of, actually it's not coffee, it's hot water, honey and lemon. Yeah. I find the honey has got antibiotics. How should I put this? if you're in a season where everyone is sick around you, flus, colds, COVID, the honey element has got some kind of antibiotic element in it. And of course the lemon is vitamin C, but not so much. You'd rather take one of those dissolvable 1,000 milligrams and drink it every morning. Yeah, that would be a bit more beneficial. But the honey has got something that protects your body immune system against catching colds from other people snuffing and sneezing around you. That's what I found. So, let's begin. So, cigarette smoker who smokes a cigarette and wants to pick up a pipe to reduce his cigarette smoking or to quit altogether. So there's a few advantages, of course, but disadvantages, not so much disadvantages, it's a different type of mindset and approach to your new hobby of pipe smoking. So we'll start first with the advantages of pipe smoking versus cigarette smoking. And the obvious one is less harmful to your health. So let's elaborate on that. A cigarette smoker, I've never seen a cigarette smoker who does not inhale the smoke. Otherwise, you don't gain nothing. I'm not talking about cigar, I'm talking about cigarettes. Now, I am an ex-cigarette smoker. I smoked for 30 years before I started vaping, for nearly 4 years, 5 years nearly, without any combustible tobacco. I used to smoke cigars, but mainly cigarettes and cigars in the evenings, on the weekends, and I smoked a lot of cigars and sometimes 2 cigars a day. I've showed you a few times my humidor that is still packed jam with cigars of that era. But anyway, the cigarettes was my main way of smoking. So when you pick up a pipe, one thing you ought to know, it is much less harmful to your health. First of all, the reason being is because cigarettes have got thousands of chemicals. I am not sure how to count them to be thousands, but that's what I understood. Certainly a lot more chemicals than you would have thought. And the main obvious one is the paper, that you're smoking paper smoke. Second is the fact that cigarette never goes out. You light a cigarette, you can let it down on your ashtray, and it's going to burn right up to the filter. That you're inhaling to your lungs. So when you smoke a pipe, the tobacco, first of all, is pure, no paper, and no chemicals. So the tobacco itself is pure. And also, you don't inhale pipe smoking. Now, I'm going to come to that in a minute, because it's not as clear-cut as I just said. So, less harmful to your health in a long shot. Right. The next one is, I'm not going to go, see, I wrote them down. I wrote them down a certain way, but I'm going to follow a certain trend. So it's less harmful. And then the taste of real tobacco. When you smoke a cigarette, you are tasting the most lowest grade of Virginia leaf that has been shredded to nearly dust-like. If you undo a cigarette, if you crumble it, you'll see the leaf is it's nearly like paper. And sometimes they put a bit of burley in it as well, but the quality of the tobacco is rubbish. When you look at a tobacco leaf of a pipe cigarette, a pipe blend, you see the difference. I mean, just look at this leaf. Pure goodness of tobacco leaf. So, the taste of real tobacco is major between cigarettes and pipe smoking, pipe tobacco. Next one, the variety of blend type. When you smoke a cigarette, I used to smoke Parliament for quite some years with that charcoal filter, Parliament Blue. I'm not sure if they still do them or not. Then I went to Marlboro lights in those days, then it turned into gold. The reds was too strong for me, but I used to smoke Marlboro lights. And that is it. I never tried anything else. You speak to many cigarette smokers, they stick religiously to the cigarette they're used to, the brand, and they wouldn't change for nothing. They'll try a different cigarette. Ooh, this doesn't taste good at all. Think about it, it's the same tobacco, same paper, more or less. No. Go back to the brand you used to. It is in your subconscious. It's so deep in your crevices of your mind that you will not change for nothing. When it comes to pipe tobacco, it's the reverse. Yeah, I'm sure there is people who will stick to one blend, but they're very few between. Most enjoy different type of blends, different times of the day. From an English to a Vaper, to a Virginia, to a Burley, to a aromatic that will come soon in a minute to that subject. There is a huge variety for you to enjoy. Now, the relaxing element of pipe smoking, which is the fundamental reason for pipe smoking to most. When you smoke a cigarette, yeah, you could be relaxing by watching a movie or reading a book. But what's relaxing you is not the cigarette, is what you're doing while you're smoking. With the pipe smoking itself is the relaxing. Without you doing anything. You can sit in the garden like I am doing now and just enjoy your pipe and the tobacco blend you've got in it without the need of picking up a book or looking at your phone or going through social media or being busy on something else. You could relax and concentrate on the pipe blend you're smoking, and your mind just sort of floats and you're thinking about all sorts of things. In the morning you think what you got to do today, in the evenings what have you done, and sometimes you just don't think anything. You're just relaxing on the pipe blend that you're smoking and trying to detect those delicious nuances that you're smoking. So it is a much relaxing affair. And through that, it actually benefits your health, your state of mind, that you're much more relaxed. It takes away all the adrenaline, all the negatives of the day, of the coming day, what depends what time you're smoking it. It really winds you down. For me, running in the morning and at the river with the beautiful nature, water, plants, the fresh air, when it's sunny, the sunshine, the warmth, and the winter, the frost, the bit snow, or the icy scenery. Every season has got its own advantages. The fall, the beautiful leaf color, and in the summer, the flowers. Every season, that is for me the most. I can't live without my running in the morning. Second is the pipe smoke, which is for me 100% relaxing and a way to unwind, you know, my time type of thing. Beautiful. You don't get that in cigarettes in a million years. And I've smoked for 30 years. I know exactly what I'm talking about. The smoking cigarette was never relaxing, is what I was doing while I was smoking the cigarettes. Sometimes I was nervous, smoking in the car, smoking in work. I was tense, uptight, and the cigarette calmed me down. Yeah, the nicotine, that I'm going to come to in a minute. That is a major difference as well. But the cigarette itself wasn't relaxing. I used to sit in the car, sometimes drive on a beautiful day in a motorway, listen to music, smoke my cigarette. Yeah, I was relaxing. But it wasn't the cigarette. It was the music. It was the scenery. It was that lovely warm breeze I'm getting. Yeah. And you can talk about that for an hour, but you see what I'm coming to, right? It wasn't the cigarette that is relaxing. It was what were you doing with the cigarette. The pipe smoking itself is what's relaxing. And that is a major difference. Now, a big advantage with pipe smoking over cigarette smoking is the pipe itself. The art side of pipes. This is a run-of-the-mill pipe type of thing. It's a Peterson. It's no artisan, but still, I don't clean the silver. It's a waste of time for me. The briar, the look of the pipe, the stem, the pipe itself is a subject of beauty. Doesn't make a difference if it's a meerschaum, and nowadays some corn cobs look amazing, and the briar, the grain, some of them are, I've shown on this channel, are simply stunning art pieces. So the pipe itself is what's so enjoyable for me, and I'm sure for others. Now, when I was talking about how relaxing it is, it's not only the act of smoking your blend, it is everything to do with it. And that we're going to talk soon about the disadvantage in a way compared to cigarettes. But the packing, the lighting, the tamping, the cleaning, all that ritual of pipe, that in itself is a relaxing affair. So the beauty of the pipe is a big contender in why pipe smoking is so enjoyable. And if you look after the pipe, that's why I'm coming out to the next subject. The big advantage of pipe smoking in the expense in the long run. I'm not talking about compared to cigars, that is for sure much cheaper and in a way a lot tastier. I once mentioned this subject, why I prefer pipe smoking over cigar smoking, and maybe I'll leave a link. But we're going to stick to the cigarette versus pipe. Do you know how much cost a packet of cigarettes today? I'm not sure where you live, but if you live in the UK, it's a fortune. But even if you get it from abroad, duty free or what have you, it's still expensive. Pipe smoking is going to save you a lot of money. A lot of money. Yeah, you have to spend a bit more than initial pipe. To buy a pipe, you can buy a corn cob for 20, even the most fanciest corn cob, the 20-25 pound English sterling, or whatever, $30 something. That can last you, if you look after it, for a lifetime. Now, pipe tobacco, yeah, in England it's quite expensive. £20, when I'm recording this, £20, 50 gram. But that should last you a while. And you can get them in other places for a lot cheaper. In America and in Europe. So in the long run, you're going to save a lot of money through pipe smoking. Those are the advantages, more or less. I'm sure there is other things that I couldn't think at the moment, but I'm sure you'll find other advantages. The disadvantage for a cigarette smoker coming into pipe is what's now very important. Pipe smoking is no quick fix. If you're a cigarette smoker and you have got that craving for the nicotine, you crave the nicotine, right? You're in the middle of a meeting and you say, I wish I can light a cigarette, right? You're in the car, stuck in traffic. I wish I can smoke a cigarette. You know, I want to tell you a little story here. It might take a few more minutes. I once decided to stop smoking. Quite a few years ago. 3 weeks. I did not smoke a cigarette at all. My wife was begging me, do something about it. You're so nervous, you're so tense. It's terrible. But I said, I must crack it. It was before I started vaping. I must stop smoking. It didn't affect me health-wise, to tell you the truth. But I was getting older and the children drive me crazy. It's not healthy for you, Daddy, come on. Anyway. One day I was driving down the M6. If you live in the UK, you know the M6 is on the way to Birmingham. And it was a huge accident. And the traffic stopped, standstill. I was listening to my normal radio channels, talking on the phone, blah, blah, blah. And then every minute I was reaching to my pocket for the packet of cigarettes that is so ingrained in my mind, you know. I stopped smoking. Oh God, I stopped smoking. Suddenly I see the guy in the next lane lighting up a cigarette. Without thinking, I opened the door. It was in standstill traffic on a massive motorway. I went over to this guy's car, tapped on his window. He opened his window. Yeah, mate. I said to him, listen, mate, I just need a cigarette. He looks at me for a minute and he says to me, have you tried to stop smoking? You look tense. I said, it's something else. He said, I was laughing. I said, yeah, he got that right. Anyway, he gave me 2-3 cigarettes. Enjoy it. And that was it. I went back to smoking full time until I started vaping. And that was godsend for me. So let's go back now to the disadvantage. There's no quick fix with pipe smoking. You can't just reach to your pocket, light a cigarette and feel satisfied. It takes a bit of doing. You need to get the tobacco, pack your pipe, light it. Yeah, there's no quick fix. You must slow down when you smoke a pipe. But then we're coming now to the very important point, nicotine craving. When you smoke a cigarette, you satisfy that craving within a few minutes. Actually, the first inhale. You inhale your cigarette smoke, straight away, thank God for that. Then it depends how busy you are. You smoke it fast or you take it easy. But regardless, the nicotine is straight into your lungs, going through those very delicate membranes in the lung and going through into your bloodstream and feeding your brain, I suppose, where the craving is, with that nicotine. Pipe smoking is different. And that will we come now to the difference between someone who picked up a pipe without ever smoking before to someone who is picking up a pipe after cigarette smoking. The one who never smoked in his life and picked up a pipe smoking, he doesn't have nicotine craving at all. He never got addicted to nicotine. So therefore, when he smokes his pipe, he might even get a nick hit from a mild blend that for me, I could inhale it and not get a nick hit. But for him, the mere smoke in his mouth or in his nostrils absorbed into the bloodstream in a much slower way than smoking cigarettes. But that is enough to give him a nick rush that I never understood until I actually understood the differences between a cigarette smoker starting pipe smoking to a non-smoker. That's why a non-cigarette smoker who picked up a pipe can go along for days, weeks, months without actually needing the pipe, because he does not have the nicotine craving. And that is the truth of it. Yeah. A cigarette smoker who picks up a pipe, he's got a nicotine craving and he just wants the nicotine fix besides all the taste of tobacco and all that. But it comes down to the bottom line, he needs the nicotine fix. And that is where vaping makes the whole difference. Because if you vape before you smoke your pipe, you don't have the nicotine craving and you're still keeping your health by not smoking the cigarette. But what is a cigarette smoker supposed to do? Smoke a cigarette before he smokes the pipe? So what's the idea? That's what we're going to come soon to a minute, the solution. But if you understand the fundamental difference between a non-smoker picked up a pipe to a cigarette smoker picked up a pipe, you'll know that the nicotine element is major difference. And that's why you understand a lot of pipe smokers who say, oh, I'm not addicted to nicotine. I can go for months without a pipe. Yeah, because you never smoked cigarettes before. So you're not addicted to it. That's why. You're just enjoying the pipe for the taste of tobacco and all the things we mentioned before, but without the actual craving for the nicotine element in the tobacco. Another disadvantage for pipe smoking versus cigarettes is it is not as convenient, but that aligns with what we just spoke about. You have a packet of cigarettes in your pocket, you just open the packet, take out a cigarette, done. Pipe smoking doesn't go, as I said, there's no quick fix. So, those are the differences really between a cigarette smoker or a vapor. A vapor to a much lesser extent, but a cigarette smoker to a non-cigarette smoker who both smoking a pipe, the differences between them. So what is the solution? I spoke about it once when I was talking about a video that I'm giving someone a pipe and blends to stop smoking cigarettes, blah, blah. I spoke about at length. And I mentioned there that the solution for a cigarette smoker to get used to pipe smoking is to work with some kind of method of inhaling a bit while you're smoking the pipe to address that craving. You see, when you smoke a cigarette, your nicotine intake is tenfold of a pipe smoker. So in order to get your body to adjust to the reduced amount of nicotine, you have to have a system. So in the beginning, after you chose your pipe and you blend and you're enjoying it, smoking it slowly, not to get tongue bite. Yeah, smoking it really slowly, sipping the smoke, allowing the pipe to cool, or maybe smoke blends that don't cause tongue bite, burley-based blends, English blends, that sort of thing. Even vapors, but not pure Virginias at the beginning, but even a pure Virginia, if you smoke it slow, or if you use a meerschaum, if you use a filter, I address that subject as well about tongue bite. I can put a link as well about that. But let's assume you're smoking the right way, and the right pipe, the right blend, and the right speed. Every few draws that you draw on your pipe, inhale a bit. It is still very much less harmful than cigarettes because, as I said, the tobacco is pure. And that inhaling the smoke would quench that nicotine craving. And after months, 2, you reduce the inhaling of the pipe smoke, and you realize that your body is adjusting to the lower nicotine level. And as you go along, less inhale, and then eventually you come to a point where you don't inhale it at all. And then you're really to the same stage where a non-smoker picked up a pipe to a cigarette smoker picked up a pipe, and you can enjoy your pipe without needing additional craving, additional methods to quench that craving for nicotine. Your body and your mind, really, the brain will be satisfied with the nicotine that you're getting through pipe smoking without inhaling, through your mouth and your nostrils. Yeah. Not much left in this bowl. For me as a vapor, I haven't got that problem because I vape any case the whole day. And vaping is 95% healthier than cigarette smoke. There is no denying. I can go through the whole, but this is not my vaping channel. I went through that in my vaping channel. The health benefits of vaping versus cigarette smoking is enormous. Enormous. And it's scientifically backed up. I can tell you from my own experience. I came now to the 30 minutes. I didn't want the video to be longer than half an hour. So I don't want to go too much into the vaping versus cigarette smoking, but believe you me, the enormous health benefits of vaping, the doctor has told me my lungs are clear. Maybe it's to do with my running as well, actually. But yeah. The health benefits of vaping is enormous, but when it comes to pipe smoking, the biggest benefit is that I don't crave the nicotine through the pipe smoking, so I could enjoy the pipe without having to inhale at all. On occasion I do inhale a bit just to get the taste of it in a different way, but it's meaningless really, the amount I inhale. Most of the time, 99.9% I never inhale. But if you don't vape and you smoke cigarettes, this is the only way you'll succeed to eventually reach the point where you can enjoy the pipe the right way and enjoy the enormous benefits that we just spoke about. For a non-smoker of cigarette who picked up a pipe, what is this? Does he have any disadvantages? None whatsoever. That is the big thing. If you never smoked cigarettes, yeah, you pick up a pipe, you can enjoy the pipe the right way and enjoy all the benefits we just spoke about without no disadvantage at all. And that will become your way of enjoying tobacco. And in a certain extent, a bit of nicotine that is not enough to make you addicted to it. You might become addicted to the pipe smoking ritual, to the flavors of tobacco, to everything that's involved with pipe smoking, but not so much to the nicotine. Yeah. If you're my age, when you started smoking, it was then everywhere. We used to smoke on the plane. On the plane. We used to go to the back of the plane and smoke on the plane. Could you imagine that today? So, yeah, we didn't realize the dangers at the time. But, you know what they say. It's not as dangerous as people claim, and it's not as safe as the smoker thinks. Yeah. But anyway, pipe smoking is certainly the least harmful way of smoking, and cigars as well, but I didn't go into cigars because we're not talking about cigars today. Cigars and pipe is more or less the same idea. You can't inhale cigar smoke. So for a cigarette smoker who wants to get into something else, cigars is not the right thing to do. Pipe, yeah. Right. I think I covered it more or less. If I didn't, if I missed something out, I might add in text. Well, the edit, Stephen will do the edit. But if not, you could always fine-tune it in the comments, and I would love to hear your thoughts, your feedback. If you're ex-cigarette smoker, if you're ex-vape, if you still vape, or if you never touched a cigarette, did I described my experience and the way I see it, the right way, the way you see it? Yeah, I would love to hear your feedback on it. Let's make it into a interesting subject to talk about. And those who ever watch this video and look at the comments will see feedback from others, not just for me. Right, so this will be it for today's video. I hope for those who had sort of questions and debating how they should go about it, cigarette smoking, vaping, pipe smoking and all that, at least I hope I guided you to a bit more information. You should be a bit more knowledgeable about what you're getting into and how to deal with it the right way. And the main thing is, enjoy your pipe smoking. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm finished the ball. Good timing. Anyway, see you guys later on the next video, and I wish you all a nice day. I'm not sure when you're going to watch it, but it's the weekend today. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice day. Stay healthy. God bless. Bye-bye for now.